All right, man, back. We still on the grind trying to get these videos out for y'all, man. If y'all like the channel, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. If you always got a comment, go ahead and leave it. And like always, videos that we watch will be posted in the description. Today we have White Christians Reject Vivek at the Charlie Kirk event by AT2. I knew this thing was kind of like heading this course. I saw Patrick Bet David got a little pushback after the election and everything, and people saying like, yo, we appreciate your help for getting Trump in there, but now you can go, buddy. You can leave now. This is a wake-up call for certain people that think they were aligned with a certain group of people, and those people are like, wait, we just needed you for when we needed you, and we don't need you anymore.
Can't lie, I love this. This was at a turning point event. Yes, the Charlie Kirk turning point event in Montana, where basically those white evangelicals is all like, we don't want no Hindu.
If you are an Indian, a Hindu, coming from a different culture, different religion than those who founded this country, those who grew this country, built this country, made this country the beautiful thing that it is today, what are you conserving? You are bringing change. I'll be 100% honest with you. Christianity is the one truth. Jesus Christ is God, and there is no other God. He is part of the Holy Trinity, and any other God is a demon, and it's false. How can you represent the constituents of Ohio who are 64% Christian if you are not a part of that faith?
Ooh.
Like I said,
So basically what he's saying is, yo, I want this country ran more by Christian beliefs, so go ahead and merge that church and state shit for me real quick. Oh, your God, your religion, leave that shit at the door. That's pretty much what he's saying in simple terms.
I'm not here to justify my faith to you any more than you are to me, but what I do share is the value set this country was founded on, and I think that it's really important.
If a higher majority of another religion comes in, should the country be of, hey, if you're in power and you have these political views, you should be able to enact them. I think that's the whole point of the separation, but
Not reinvent the founding of this country and what it was actually all about. The founding fathers, they had an opportunity to write a religious code just like most other nations in human history.
and they were not Christians. We're not Christians.
Right, founded either on a monarch or a particular faith or a particular lineage. That's where most nations in human history are founded. We are the only country in the human history where there is a set of civic ideals that brought together a divided polyglot group of people 250 years ago, where freedom of conscience was a core belief set of our founding fathers, all the way Thomas Jefferson. You know who he is? You know what document he signed?
Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, and what was his belief system?
He was a deist.
He was a deist. Our third president, the man who signed this nation into existence, was a deist. You know Benjamin Franklin?
So as I understand it, the deism, it's kind of like you do believe in God, but as far as some of the scripture, you don't really fall into because it sounds like fairy tale. That's what I understand it to be.
I knew they were deists, but I thought it was you believe in like this higher supreme being, but it doesn't like interact, like the being doesn't interact with like the everyday human processes and decision making and stuff like that.
Section, but that's what I understand it. But technically, he was a Christian.
Yeah, see, that's why I didn't think it was. I mean, I guess it could be seen that because you believe in God, but I don't think believing in God makes you Christian. Could have been Christian beliefs, but I don't know what God it was. I just thought it was like a supreme being, but they didn't interact. But I think that would go against Christianity, right? Because that God is very interactive.
You know what his belief system was?
He was Quaker, yes.
He was also a deist, similar to Thomas Jefferson. So what I think that we often do is we talk about U.S. history. I have a better suggestion. It's actually consider reading U.S. history. Consider studying U.S. history. Learn the founding of our country, and that's what made our founders.
Well, that's going to be real tough if your side keeps banning everything in U.S. history. All the slavery, all the Native Americans. I don't actually know where y'all going to start U.S. history. If y'all just going to go to 1776 and skip over everything and just pick the important dates y'all want to talk about. But it's really hard to read those things when you guys are constantly removing them.
The most extraordinary people known to the history of man, we would do well to actually respect their legacy rather than to reinvent some sort of imitative version of every other nation in human history. That's not us.
I agree with what Vivek is saying as far as him defending himself and his position and like, hey, I still have American values. Hinduism is just my religion, right? However, what the guy Carl is saying, I don't want you coming up here and changing how we do things. We don't want you changing things around here. That's too much change. We don't want no change around here. And that's how a lot of them feel. If we're going to be completely honest, a lot of them feel that way.
I mean, yeah, when you think about it, obviously they're conserving it, right? So you don't want the change. You don't want the new, the innovative, it is how it is. This is the good old ways, and that's what we want to keep it like, right? Our religion is already made for us. The power structure and the status quo is already what it is. Do not challenge it. Do not change it. And let's just keep going.
I have a personal question.
That's allowed.
So based on the press, based on what the press says about your beliefs, you call yourself a Hindu, but you also call
See, they don't care. Vivek, look at your face. I could tell. You're already like, somebody else bring up my religion, I swear. Listen, they don't give a fuck what you're up there preaching, bro. It does not matter. I don't care what you say, because at the end of the day, when we're done rounding up all of the monsters and getting them all out of here, there's still one left, Vivek. And as soon as you turn around and wipe your hands and say, we did it, guys, they're going to be looking at you with one more pair of handcuffs to get the fuck out. And it's going to be you. They don't care, bro. Stop it.
There's a Christian.
I don't call myself Christian. I call myself a Hindu.
Okay.
Mm.
So based on what the Turning Point's values are, which is Christianity, I'm a little confused on why. Wouldn't it be logical to conclude that a monotheistic organization would be more? I don't know. I guess I just don't understand why. I guess a polytheistic ideology would support some sort of, I guess, monotheistic perspective which Christianity is. So I guess I'm.
What he's trying to say is, I don't know how to say this, but you're brown and you're not Christian. What the fuck are you doing here? Like, I'm trying to wrap my mind up. Why are you at the podium? What the fuck are you doing here? I don't understand. Vivek Ramaswamy. What is that? What language is that? That's pretty much what he's saying.
I think what the struggle is, what they're doing, they're trying not to come off as bigoted, so they're trying to choose their words wisely.
Right.
I think that's why they're stumbling over their words.
Right.
Why you have Christian values in that way.
Sure. Happy to address that. What's your name, sir?
You know this guy's so confused. His head is here. His shit is damn near falling off his head. He's so confused. What the he's that confused, my guy.
Do you think it's inappropriate for someone who's a Hindu to be, say, a U.S. president?
No, I think it's
What?
no. Well,
What?
to be honest, isn't Hinduism?
Wait.
I mean, I can ask yourself that.
That man took that back quick. Do you think it's no? Well, wait a minute now. Hold on. Let me allow my intrusive thoughts in for a moment.
Basically, he doesn't think you should be in any kind of political office or at least running the state.
Everything you're saying is going in one ear out there. They don't give a fuck about none of it, bro. What don't you understand, Vivek?
Here's the thing, because he's trying to pacify and basically go like, even though I'm a different religion, we have the same values. Yeah, I believe you can share the same values as a Hindu, as a Muslim, as a Christian, as Catholic. You can share certain values, right? But at the end of the day, what they're plainly saying to him, he's getting his Hindu wake-up call. I can't say Negro because he's not a Negro, but he's getting his Hindu wake-up call. Like, they just don't want you. They don't want an Indian. They don't want a Hindu. They're saying it plainly, but you're still trying to be like, well, our founding fathers, you weren't in the founding fathers' image.
Pretty much, Vivek, they don't want that. This is not all Christians. Let's be clear. Christians that actually believe and actually, stand by the faith, you should be on my side and calling these people out that say they're you, that say they're on your side. Call those people out and be like, yo, you are a joke. You are a fake Christian. That is not what it means to be a Christian. Those aren't Christian values. But these people, it's a lot of these people out here. A lot of these people ain't living right, man. But hey, look, I hope you appreciate the video. If you made it this far, hit a like, hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel. We're trying to go to 300. That's our next goal. And I appreciate you, and I'm going to see you on the next one.